Nick, I did think Spencer Rattler had another very efficient game. You look at all the league stats, and he's ahead of some top tier quarterbacks when it comes to QBR. And I realize like the yards per attempt is something that a lot of people wanted to see go up. It did go up this game, and like I have no biases towards Spencer Rattler, Tyler Sheck. Like I really don't care whoever the starter was, but when I watch tape, I see a starting NFL quarterback. I see somebody that's continuing to get better, somebody that's starting to figure it out. Is he perfect? No. I mean, there's some throws, and Matt was talking about it yesterday, right? The ball kind of dies on him a little bit. He does have a tendency to throw behind a receiver. But right now, what you're getting, certainly when you pair it with some of the protection issues that they've had, I think you're getting a better version of Spencer Rattler than any of us could have expected.
I think no doubt about it. I think the most unfortunate thing for him is that look, and Chuck could end up being a better player. And I'm like you, I have no bias whatsoever. And I love it every time I talk about one of these guys. Like there'll be a comment about like you want so and so to fail or you want the other guy to win. And it's like, yo, I run a business selling articles about the Saints. Like all I want is quarterback harmony because quarterback harmony means you're happy and you're spending money with me. So like I'm cheering for it probably harder than anybody in the world. So there's no bias whatsoever. Like I think the most unfortunate thing to happen to Rattler is that they drafted the other guy because like it just gets evaluated through that prism. And you know, every single time you watch a game, it's like, well, is this enough to keep him ahead? What does it mean in the context of that competition? And because of that, like I just say it. I'm like, yeah, he's playing well. Do I know if he's locked in as a long-term guy? I don't. Now, if Chuck wasn't there, like I'd probably like be looking at it differently because there isn't someone breathing down his neck. Obviously you still got the next draft class looming. And if you're in the top 5, like you got to be looking at, what's happening in Eugene this weekend between Dante Moore and Fernando Mendoza and all this stuff. Like, there's still all these other options. But I think he's playing well, man. And I see the same issues. Like I think there's some accuracy stuff. I think he's done a tremendous job cutting down the sacks. Like that's a huge, huge credit to him. He's not putting the ball in danger. I would actually maybe like it if he was maybe a little bit more willing to take some risks. But, I think he's probably playing how their coach is telling him to play. The other thing that and I don't want to get like, over my skis here or anything, but like, is Kellen Moore maybe like one of these 6-7 coaches that actually has the ability to elevate a quarterback? Like, I don't know that there's a ton of them in the league. And, there's starting to be a little bit of evidence here that maybe he's actually one of those guys that can help someone get better. And maybe he is somebody that can actually develop at the position. I think there's still a lot of evidence that needs to be gathered. There's definitely a ton of evidence that needs to be gathered about him as a coach. But not one aspect, like I'm starting to look at it and be like, man, is he actually a difference maker? In someone that can make this work with a guy that needs development. And if that's proof positive, that's a very good thing to have in your building, especially at this time. But yeah, I think he's playing well. I don't know if he's long term, but I'm definitely not looking at it like he can't be in there, or even if he isn't your long term, like I think you can viably go through a season with him, next year and draft Jordan Tyson or Bain or whoever. Like if you feel good about him or you don't feel great about one of these other quarterbacks, but I think he's establishing himself as a guy that's a viable NFL starter. I think you want to be on the top side of that top 15. But he's playing well.
I knew he'd get you. I knew eventually you'd say something positive about Rattler.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, Rat's the best.
Yeah.
All right, last super quick question. Last one. If you're driving down interstate and it's bad weather, rain is coming down, visibility is extremely impaired. Are you a guy that appreciates a good car turning on the flasher so you can see them? Now, extremely impaired visibility. Are you turning
your
flashes?
Am I turning on my flashers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not doing that.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the right answer. This guy over here, I don't know what they got in Tyler, Texas. My gosh.
I went safety first.
Yep, turns out it's you. Nick, you're the man. We appreciate it every single week. Go to neworleans.football, subscribe. It is well worth it. We can promise you that. They've got it covered from every single angle. Hey, we appreciate it. We'll catch up again next week.
Yeah, no problem. Turning on the flashes is an incredibly soft move. Like, I wouldn't even consider it.
Yes, on the way out. On the way
I
out.
liked your taco answer better last week.
Man, woo! Oh yeah, all them times you hated on me for my stance. Okay, you ready to admit that maybe it's you?
Nope, never.
Should we go poll everybody out in the hallways and go ask that too? See.
We're talking about extreme visibility issues.
Oh wow! Now you're trying to move the goalposts. More OTB when we come back.